All right, what you got for us, Robert? How are you gonna deal with this? How are they gonna shoot you down?
I want your take, Jerry, before I start making unpleasant assumptions.
All right. First thing, shape and thickness matter more than size alone. In Costa Rica, you've got large ground-nesting birds that could surprise you. Great curassow, the crested guan, even jabiru storks near waterways.
The shell's pale, slightly porous, not heavily calcified. Doesn't scream stork to me. I've spent enough time around birds to know when an egg doesn't fit its landscape. In Kenya, we used to track nests by shell fragments alone. Ostrich, vulture. You learn the difference fast.
I like how he's trying to
Thickness,
think of a logical
curvature,
way before
how
he
the
says
shell
raptor
breaks.
laid an egg.
Stork eggs fracture chunky, uneven, like broken crockery. This is cleaner, lighter.
Then let's widen the net to reptiles. Iguana and basilisk eggs are leathery, usually collapse rather than fracture.
Oh, this one's not leathery. We can tell.
Crocodilians lay much thicker shells. Snakes lay clusters, soft-shelled. If it's shattered cleanly, that rules out most native reptiles.
That's exactly the issue. It doesn't fit neatly anywhere, which means it doesn't belong on the list altogether.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that, but yes, we have to consider park animals. Now, that doesn't automatically make it a viable egg. Many species will lay eggs under stress, hormonal imbalance, or the absence of mating.
You're saying one of our animals could have laid it without being pregnant?
Correct. Birds do it all the time. Domestic hens lay infertile eggs constantly. Even some reptiles will ovulate and deposit eggs that were never fertilized.
And dinosaurs?
In captivity, cycles get confused. Light, diet, enclosure, stress, it all interferes with the reproductive process. There's no reason that our dinosaurs wouldn't share this behavior with modern-day birds. If a female is cycling,
You know what? This is a really
mating.
That's a really logical explanation because there are creatures that do lay unfertilized eggs. Birds do it all the time. They would lay eggs. They're not fertilized. They're just eggs. They are just eggs.
Is absolutely possible. It would explain why there's no embryonic material.
Well, the shell is dry. That still leaves the question of how it got into the drain.
Drain systems are collection points. Water carries debris, Muldoon.
You get what's causing me to be concerned, don't you, Jerry?
Muldoon, even if this is the work of one of our animals, it doesn't prove reproduction. Remember, Muldoon, they're all female. I've seen the Maiasaura produce membranous sacs from their cloaca, which implies egg-laying behavior in the absence of males. Should their diets be higher in calcium, these membranous sacs would be converted to infertile calcified eggshells. Yet there are no babies inside them.
All right. Then I'll log it as incidental.
I think that's the most informed call to make here, Muldoon.
Understood. Ending the concern here.
Yeah, no, they're still concerned.
Just
I don't
give her
trust
some
it still.
time. The container's been sitting here for 20 minutes now. Doors unlocked and wide open. Hydraulics disengaged, everything as it should be. Sometimes they step out immediately, sometimes they don't. Animals that come from Site B tend to take their time, since the ground smells unfamiliar to them. This one's no different. Drizzle's settled in. Of course, it has to rain on the day of the transfer. Good weather for
Yes,
keeping
because
things calm.
good, like,
Bad
nothing can
weather for
happen on
moving
good weather.
anything that weighs several tons. This animal came over from Sauna, a subadult, old enough to be wary, young enough to still adapt if we don't rush it. The paddock's been cleared to give her space. The other three are held back for now. Acclimatization with herd animals isn't about introductions. It's about absence. Letting the land speak first. Letting
Okay.
her learn where the ground dips, where the fences hum, where the wind carries sound. Weather complicates everything. Wet air carries scent farther. Mud holds tracks longer. Every step she takes out there will leave a record for the others to read later. That can help, or it can set the tone wrong if she panics. This is always the longest part. Waiting, watching a metal box in the rain, listening to the animal breathe.
All right. It's okay,
You
little
start
friend.
thinking
You can
about
pop
what
your head
happens
out.
if she bolts, or refuses to move, or decides the container is safer than the paddock.
You don't trust it.
Subadults are the hardest. Too big to manhandle, too young to have settled instincts.
Oh. I hear breathing.
There. She's approaching, sniffing now.
Oh.
She's testing the threshold, smelling the rain, feeling the vibration of the fence. She doesn't know the others aren't here yet. All she knows is that the world outside the box is larger than the one she's been in.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Finally, she's trusted. Here she comes.
There she is, Stegosaurus. Ah, it's a Stegosaurus. Let's go. It's another one. It's another one to replace the other one. Yes. I am a Stegosaurus. Oh, look at it. Look at my spiny boy. Oh, look at you. Oh, you're so graceful. Oh, we love
Picking
you.
up speed. Stegosaur, subadult, not fully grown, but already carrying the weight and armor she'll rely on for the rest of her life. Stegosaurs don't forget first impressions. They're slow, but they're not stupid. A bad start echoes for months, though. Look at that thagomizer. No rush, no panic. Just careful, deliberate movement through the corridor. If she keeps this pace and attitude, acclimatization will hopefully go smoothly. There's a quiet dignity to her that never gets old. No roar, no display, no need to announce herself. She carries all that weight and armor like it's simply part of the weather. Like she's always belonged wherever she happens to be standing.
Hell yeah.
People
That
underestimate
is a
animals
confident,
like this
independent
because they're
woman
slow,
right there.
because they don't bare teeth or chase you down.
Nah, she carries herself with grace.
She's investigating her surroundings now, taking everything in, every new plant, every new log, every new tree, every new smell. She's mapping her vicinity. Animals
And you
do
just hear
that
the Tyrannosaurus
instinctively
Rex
long
again in the
before
background.
They ever relax. They build a mental boundary first, learn where safety might be found, where escape routes exist, where the ground feels firm underfoot, and where it doesn't. Comfort comes later. Familiarity always comes first. You can rush a crate opening, rush an introduction, rush a feeding schedule, but you can't rush that internal map.
He's
If an
thinking.
animal doesn't understand its space, it never truly settles in. That's when you get stress behaviors, bad decisions, injuries that look like accidents but aren't. Out here, the rain, the smell of wet grass, the muted light, all of it helps. Softens the edges, makes the world feel less exposed while she takes her bearings. I saw the same thing years ago in Africa after we relocated a leopard that had started ranging too close to livestock.
Ooh.
First night out of his crate, he didn't go far. Just paced about, touched trees, rubbed his face against bark, listened more than he moved. People expected him to vanish into the bush immediately, but he stayed within a few hundred meters until he understood the land. Once he did, he was gone by morning and we never had another report. That wasn't fear, that was intelligence. So we need to give her time. Let her decide when this place becomes hers. No other stegosaurs in the paddock yet. They're in their holding pen, so no pressure, no competition, just space, rain, and quiet. When she finally stops scanning and starts grazing without lifting her head every few minutes, that's when I'll know she's settled and we can begin the first steps of incorporating her into the herd. Until then, the best thing we can do is wait. She was transferred here from Sauna to replace the steg that died earlier this month. Hammond is adamant that he wants a minimum of 4 stegosaurs in the park.
Hopefully the enclosure is big enough to hold all 4 of them.
Night changes the rules. Everything's quieter, slower, more honest. Stegosaurs are less reactive in the dark, less posturing, less defensive movement. So this is the safest window to introduce her. They rely on proximity and vibration more than sight now, which keeps things deliberate instead of explosive. See how the matriarch there on the right positions herself? She doesn't approach directly. She angles her body, presents her flank, lets the subadult read her size without forcing a challenge.
Ah, communication. We love it.
That tail swing isn't a threat, it's a boundary. She's saying, this is my space, but you're allowed near it. The others follow her lead automatically. Herd animals don't vote. They watch the one who decides. The subadult doing the right thing, head low, plates angled back slightly, matching pace instead of advancing. No vocalization, no sudden turns. That's submission without weakness. She's acknowledging hierarchy while signaling she's not a liability. If she were to rush or freeze, this would go very differently. Confidence tempered by caution. That's what gets you accepted.
Hell yeah. Love seeing animals establish boundaries better than human beings.
Now the matriarch
If only
closes the
people could do
distance,
this in
one
real
slow
life.
step, then
Just
another.
respect boundaries.
A brief touch along
Imagine,
the flank.
imagine.
That's the moment. Physical contact without retaliation.
Look at
From
all the
here on, the herd
stegosauruses.
recognizes
Oh my god, I love
scent
them
as
all.
part of the group. Tomorrow she'll graze at the edges. Tonight she stands near the center. Integration isn't instant, but acceptance is. And once a stegosaur is accepted into a herd, it's for life, unless something
Oh,
goes
yeah.
very wrong. That's the stability we build everything else on. She has no hesitation tonight. That tells me the separation's doing its job. Juveniles here, adult stays in the holding paddock.
Oh?
Don't get along, and she's growing fast, so they're becoming too close in size now, too much competition. You keep them together and one ends up testing the other, and with animals like this,
Yeah, we don't want that.
fast.
That's consistent with what we see in predators. Once the juvenile starts closing the size gap, tolerance disappears. It's not aggression so much as inevitability. Two apex predators don't share space unless one is clearly subordinate. And she's definitely past that phase. She's growing quickly.
The lysine supplement's gone in an instant. Still feels harsh, starving an animal just enough to make it take a tablet. I don't like conditioning predators to associate hunger with us intervening.
I don't either, but the alternative is worse.
Trust the scientists to come up with some twisted method of growth control, like inhibiting the animals from synthesizing an amino acid.
Just to be clear, Robert, the dinosaurs aren't incapable of producing lysine. Any carnivore on a protein-rich diet should synthesize enough on his own. What InGen did was alter the metabolic pathway. The enzymes still work, but only with our lysine.
So it's not
That's
a
a big
deficiency,
oof.
It's a dependency.
Exactly. The animals can make lysine from their feed, but not the kind they need in sufficient quantity. Their enzymes are optimized, patented really, for the synthetic variant administered in those tablets. Without it, metabolism slows, growth falters, neurological function degrades.
A leash you don't have to hold.
That's one way to put it.
That's sick.
From a veterinary standpoint, it's elegant. From an ethical one, less so. But it
Elegant, he
ensures
says.
containment
Elegant.
without
He used the
physical
word
force.
elegant. Okay.
Even if an animal got off the island, it wouldn't stay viable for long.
Oh, there's a big one.
Watching her eat, you'd never know any of that. Looks healthy, alert, dangerous. Hard to reconcile that with the idea that she's only functioning because we allow it.
Most systems work that way, Robert. The illusion of independence supported by something hidden
The
underneath.
illusion of independence.
Remember,
Ooh,
you
what a
work
sentence.
in a glorified zoo after all.
Still doesn't sit right, especially knowing the adults out there smelling her through the fence. Two animals, same species, same instincts, one thriving, one frustrated, and both reliant on a chemical we designed. That's not nature, Jerry. That's management.
And management is the only reason any of this can exist, Robert.
For now.
Robert, this is pissing me off.
Muldoon, are you there?
Yes, Ray.
Oh god, what happened now?
Head to the raptor enclosure immediately.
What's going on?
It's the big one. She's convulsing.
Convulsing? It's faking a stroke. I'm calling it right now. It's faking a stroke. 1000%. It's faking it. 100%.